I'm back, and I actually wanted to talk about something. If you remember, I think it was the last video I uploaded, or maybe 2 videos ago. I had just received my blue belt, and I purchased the Kanji Brand belt, and there were a lot of so 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so welcome back to the channel, and I have something to talk to you guys about. So as you all know, I recently got, well, still relatively recently, I got my blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Let me be specific. And I ended up getting myself a blue belt from Kanji Brand. And I had high hopes because I read, what was it, some reviews on the belt. You know, it stays tied, and even during heavy rolls, like, it doesn't come loose. The embroidery is really nice. So I got the belt. Yeah, here's the belt right here. If you guys forgot what it looks like, it's right here. Now there's one thing. Now, I think I've worn this belt in total about maybe five times. I've rolled in it about 5 times. So after 5 rolls, or after 5 classes in this belt, I have some things to tell you guys about it. So, one, it doesn't stay tied during like really heavy rolls. And if you see one of the videos I posted before about tying your belt, there was one that's supposed to be really secure, and I've been doing that. That particular style with my Kudo black belt, and it stays tied relatively well. I do the same tie with this one, with this blue belt, and it doesn't stay tied. I've had to retie my belt maybe in one class, maybe 3-4 times, which is kind of standard for me. Like, I like constantly kind of retying my belt. Not because I suck at tying my belt, if that's what you're thinking. So that's one thing that I kind of wanted to let everyone know about. It's just like, yeah, I still have to retie my belt during practices. And the second thing that I wanted to mention is that, or maybe there's 3. The second thing that I wanted to mention is about the embroidery. So this embroidery right here. So if we look closely, I'm like kind of doing like 2 things at once, right? So if you look closely, if you see right here, now this is only after like a handful of rolls, right? And this is already the little emblem that's stitched on the tip of the belt is already kind of fraying, and it's coming loose, separating from the belt. So it could be the threading wasn't secured very well. It could have been a rush job. It's not as it wasn't as cleanly stitched on. If you look like right along here, I'm gonna come inside, right? So you see that it's really not that easy to see the red threading that's used to thread through the emblem. But you can see some areas, for example, right here, and also right here, that shows like the red threading, which it could have been a rush job. So yeah, it's already kind of separating. This was something that wasn't mentioned before in reviews. Or actually, I think it might have been mentioned 1 or 2, but the review that mentioned the emblem was actually on the katana, I believe it was, where the usually, usual brands will have like the black logo. right here with the symbol on it. And someone had mentioned that after like a couple rolls or like a couple classes that it started to come off. And so I'm starting to see the same issue with this one right here. So those are two issues that I have with it, is that, it doesn't remain tied, and, the emblem's coming off after 5 classes. But I think I rolled around in that. I've had that white belt from Inverted Gear, had that for like 6 years, and that patch emblem never came off. Nothing. I didn't have to cut off any loose like threading, never frayed, nothing. So might have to work on finding a better way of securing this to your belts. Yeah. What else do I have to say about it? So it has softened up since I got the belt. I think you can actually kind of notice how soft it is now. And it's not bad. It's not as like premium as I was expecting it to be. And I think you remember me talking in the video. I was like, it's so premium, it's so good. But it's not compared to my black belt. So yeah, overall it's an okay belt. If I have to be completely honest, it's okay. But you might find better quality in like another belt. It's still cool. But it's not that unique because there are other pearl weave gi belts on the market. So if this isn't your jam, I'd probably look into another brand, if anything. But I haven't seen what their katana belts are like. That could be better. It's supposedly thicker. But will I get another one of these? I don't know. Some years down the line when I get my purple belt or something, I may not choose to get a kanji belt. Might find something else. But if there are any recommendations for gi belts, anyone know if any belts are really good, they stay tied, no like stitching issues, please let me know. Yeah, and that's about it for this video. Stay tuned for in like a week or two. I have an interview coming up with Amber Staklinski from Fit to Fight Republic. So she will be my guest on the show, and we're kind of talking about martial arts and women in martial arts. So I hope you are excited about the content, and if you please comment and subscribe, and see you again on the show.